Okay, welcome to our last call for our Booking Bootcamp series. This is kind of a combination of call 3 and 4. And what we're going to do today is we are going to really talk about what kinds of things we have to offer as far as themes. Jill, I would like you to share yours that you just kind of were mentioning before we started recording. And then we're going to talk about, because really the types of parties we offer, whether it be a theme party or bridal shower, fundraiser kind of thing, those are things that are good to have in the forefront as we're making phone calls. But then the other thing we're going to talk about is booking shows from shows. So that's another thing that is important to have when you're at your party, is the types of offerings that we have to give. So I'm going to first want to brainstorm a little bit about what do we offer. So let's talk about what we offer. Let's start with just cooking parties, theme shows. We're sitting here in November, still a few weeks out from Thanksgiving. I know one of the things that we talked about in one of the first calls is having your calendar ready, knowing your next 2 available dates. One of the other things we talked about is the fact that you don't need a month to plan a party, right? You can plan a party in what? 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
We're sitting here on a Sunday. You can make contacts this afternoon, Jill, and have a party on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay, so that's part of the mindset you have to know. And when you're talking to somebody, you have to be excited about it, because you're going to be the ones convincing them. And if you're kind of hesitant about, oh gosh, let's try to get a party in this month, then they're going to be hesitant. But if you go in and say, oh my gosh, let's get some friends together on Thursday. Let's get some friends together this week. And they'll have their products back before Thanksgiving. They could, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to open it up. You guys share with me, what are some fun themes that we can offer right now?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm really bad. I don't use the theme parties. I just pick a couple different appetite, and really it's been a lot of the same ones. And so for my November 29th party, I'm going through and trying to find different recipes to do, like that German chocolate lava cake I made last night. I did that because I'm going to suggest that for her dessert. But I'm bad about using the themes. In fact, I was actually looking for them and couldn't find them on Consultant's Corner. So
okay.
I need
this is really good. Let's talk about this. I personally have menu options, right? So when my host has a show, I'm giving her some options for recipes.
Okay.
But when booking shows, I talk about variety of themes. Here's one of my themes: is healthy in a hurry, or mealtime in minutes, or Italian night. And guess what recipe works for all of those themes?
The bruschetta.
Pasta, which I did yesterday afternoon. I'm doing I'm doing a Mexican one on Tuesday, but on Thursday I'm doing chicken bruschetta pasta. You see what I'm saying? So
are those themes that you made up, or are they on Consultant's Corner?
They're pretty much themes I made up. But when you're looking on Consultant's Corner, what you want to look at is the show packs. Here, let's just do a little screen share.
Sorry. Thank you.
You're totally good, because we screen share. We're going to go up here to Consultant's Corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see my Consultant's Corner?
Yeah.
I want to just go to, okay. I didn't want to go to the home. I shouldn't have hit home, which is just kind of neat how it shows you this. But we want to go over here to the training and resources and imagery. Okay.
Okay.
And then you can go down here to party packs. So party packs is kind of your theme shows. So you can go here and you can say, oh my gosh, here's the DIY edible gifts. So homemade for the holidays, you might say, oh my gosh, if you're at your party, you might say something like, oh my gosh, we could do a homemade for the holidays party, right? Another one is one-pot meals. Oh my gosh, we can do a one-pot meal party. And this right here, this flyer, is basically, I took the you're invited picture from this one pot. If you view this collection for the one pot meals,
Yeah.
Right there. You see? You're invited,
Yep.
1 pot meal. I saved this picture to my computer and I just put it in a Word document, and that's all I did. I didn't even add any verbiage to it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's not necessarily theme shows that you're looking for on Consultant's Corner, but if you go to the party packs, that's what's going to show you. There's a brunch punch. I mean, some of these you're not necessarily going to want to do. Maybe a kids in the kitchen if you're brave. I mean, that one scares me a little bit. I would do it. I would offer it if I think, if I'm sitting at a party with a bunch of stay-at-home moms,
Right.
I would offer it, and then I'd figure out the best strategy, between booking
Right.
and holding it. Okay? Does that make sense? So
Yep.
there you're going to find your themes. And
Thank
honestly, as you're booking the party, go through the theme shows and don't offer something that you're totally not comfortable with. Like if you're thinking, I am not going to have 10 kids, that stresses me out. Don't offer the kids in the kitchen. But you can go through those pantry packs, and those are things that you can offer. And then when they pick a particular theme, then you can kind of go and figure out what recipe do I want to do. And that's why I like the mealtime in minutes and things like that. Italian night. I can't do chicken bruschetta pasta for Mexican fiesta. Darn it.
Right.
But I love to do the fajitas in my double burner grill pan, and you know what I mean? So those are the things that you're going to want to offer. Now, this time of year, we're talking Thanksgiving, the hide the turkey parties are fun. Have you guys heard of that before? Hide the turkey?
No.
No.
So you guys can go, there's a recipe called turkey cranberry wreath, or ring, it might be ring. You can find it on Consultant's Corner under the recipes, or just on your website. Go to your website and search under the recipes. Turkey cranberry ring is delicious. I made that, years. It's like one of the rings that you could do on the white round stone or on the grill, on the rock crock grill stone. There's a recipe in the New Season's Best. It's the hash, the turkey hash, and it uses wholeberry cranberry sauce. I made that at my customer appreciation party. It was a hit. It's kind of cool. You crack it's in the 12-inch skillet though. So you can, if you don't have it, coordinate to borrow one from somebody. Host your own show in December early, so you can grab that for 60% off. But it's delicious, and it uses ground turkey. But I even told them at my party, I'm like, you could totally shred your leftover turkey after Thanksgiving and make it that way too. So, but you can find a recipe, and it's like a hide the turkey party. So the thing is, a lot of times when you throw out recipe options, whether it's on the phone or at a party, you're getting people excited about the idea. So maybe they're going to book the party just because these are fun ideas, but they may not even necessarily pick a particular theme. Once you're coaching them and you're talking about them, hey, was there a theme that really caught your eye? But a lot of times they're going to be open to whatever recipe you suggest. Okay. So it's finding a recipe that you like.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So did you say your theme was find the turkey?
Hide. Hide the turkey.
Hide. I'm like, what?
Because you know what I mean? After Thanksgiving, most people have leftover turkey, and you do leftovers like the next day. Then by the third day or the fourth day, it's like how many ways can you make? You don't want to have the same meal like 3 or 4 days in a row. So you can take that leftover turkey, incorporate it into a turkey cranberry ring or a turkey hash, and have a different. It's usually turkey, but a different kind of meal. So hide the turkey.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay, so let's talk about, we talked about the marketing imagery on Consultant's Corner. Fundraisers, if you guys are not offering fundraisers, and I tell you what, Sharon Zellen and several of our top sellers at our company have talked about fundraisers. And I know Sharon does a couple $1,000s a month just on fundraisers, because it's one of those things that you're not necessarily going to all of a sudden start talking about it and all of a sudden have $2,000 a month in fundraisers. And it's not necessarily just one fundraiser that does that, but you can offer fundraisers. Now, what kind of groups or organizations might need a fundraiser or might benefit from a fundraiser? Let's brainstorm that a little bit.
Sports teams, schools, community, just different community.
Women's associations.
Yep.
Those are great. Now, a couple things I want to mention to you. as a mom with kids in various schools, when your kids are at like a preschool or an elementary school, a lot of times they do school-wide fundraisers. Once they get into middle school can still be school-wide, but once they get into different teams, even the kids in elementary school, if they're on a baseball team, a traveling baseball team or gymnastics team or dance team, it costs thousands of dollars. One fundraiser we will be starting here this month is for a dance team. She just had to pay like $2,000 for her girls to do this travel thing. And then like coming up in February, they have another balance due of like $2,000. And I was like, oh, we should really try to get a fundraiser going and help you, especially right now, the holidays, and people are going to be buying things for gifts and things like that. Let's take advantage of that and get you 20% back. So the details of the fundraiser, I personally offer 20 because I'm going to really coach them to try to get at least to the 600. So then I'm only paying 5%. And it's just kind of my way to kind of give back a little bit too. And then the benefits of fundraisers are great because not only do you have these sales, a lot of times they're online. So they're not necessarily taking a show night, although you could combine. But you're getting contacts. People that order on the fundraiser, you can call and thank them for supporting the organization. Ask them, if they have a consultant they work with, kind of become their consultant. Make sense?
Yep.
So think about those outside the box. If you're out and about, maybe you're at a kid or grandkids or friends, sons, daughters, games or events, mention to them, do you know Pampered Chef has a fundraiser if you guys ever need to raise funds? Be bold in sharing that we have that because a lot of people don't realize that we offer fundraisers.
Right.
Okay? All right. What else? What else do we offer?
Wedding registry.
Wedding registry. And I love that you said it that way, Eldana, because not only wedding registry, but on wish list online, right? And what goes along with wedding registries?
Showers.
Bridal shower. Now, some areas of the country, they don't really do bridal showers. Like I know my friends in the Northeast, a lot of times, the New York area, they don't necessarily do showers, but they do registries. We have the benefit of doing both here in the Kansas City area. So let people know that we offer those, right?
Yep.
Happy brides. Let's talk this a little bit. Have any of you ever done a cooking class at a restaurant or a grocery store?
No.
Okay. I happen to have done that, and it's been like probably 15 years ago. I lived in Cincinnati. There was a big grocery store called Jungle Gyms that offered cooking classes, and they probably still do. I know there are organizations or stores, or I know you can get a cooking class here too in the Kansas City area. I haven't looked into it, but I want to. I want to look into it, see how much it costs. I know 15 years ago, that cooking class was like $75 because several directors, we have a professional development money. We have like $100 a year that we could spend as a director to help educate us, to help personal growth, and then we got reimbursed. So a group of us did that. It was kind of this time of year. We were like, oh, what are we going to do with this money? Let's do this. And it was pretty much all of our money, right? So for that $75, let's talk about what we got. We got about a 3-hour experience, but we were in these kitchens cooking. The tools that we used weren't like mind-blowing. I don't remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I wish I had this. You know what I mean? Like people do at our parties, right? We got to eat the food that we made. And it seems like we made like 5 different things. So it was a little more food than we would have at a Pampered Chef party. And we got a packet of recipes that I don't even think I ever made recipes again. So it was good food, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is so easy and so fun and so good. I'm going to make this all the time. Because it wasn't necessarily like it wasn't a Pampered Chef recipe, that tasted amazing, that didn't take all day to do, right? So that $75 was 3 hours of entertainment and a packet of recipes. So now let's talk about what you get when you have a Pampered Chef party and you spend $75, right? You're going to get
a free gift.
You're going to get a free, not only are you going to get the $75 in pots, you're going to get a free gift. You're going to get to taste some yummy recipes. You're going to get to use the products and have that experience with your girlfriends, right? And you'll get the recipes because we can share the recipes with you. We can send you an email and whatever. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I was thinking sometimes you can chat with somebody on the phone with that. That's something you could bring up at a party too. You could even say, how many have ever been to a cooking class at like a restaurant? And I want to kind of get the statistics, how much a cooking class would cost and what you get for it here in the Kansas City area. Jill, I'm sure Jungle Jim still does that right there in your area. That's 10 minutes from you or whatever. So it's one of those things where if we're at a party and say, how many have been to a cooking class at a restaurant or a store? Wasn't it fun? Da, da, da. Well, this is kind of what you're going to experience tonight. Only for yours, if you spend, when you spend $75, you're not only going to get a packet of recipes to take home. You'll get the recipes we do tonight, but you're also going to get some great products that you can use at your house. And when you spend $75, you're going to get a free gift. So what a better value is that than going to right? Now, with that in mind, we could offer classes like maybe the one pot meal workshop or one pot meal class. Maybe you work it a little differently than a Pampered Chef party. Maybe you're doing 2 one-pot meals, right? And maybe you're giving them a little more education about like, hey, let's just talk about planning. So you're kind of giving them a little bit of education about how to have like here's what I'll always need to have in my pantry, freezer, and refrigerator. So every time I go to the grocery store, here's some basics I need to make sure I have. So that way when I go to make a recipe, I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't have those diced tomatoes. Because when you were at the grocery store the last time, you bought them to make sure they're in your pantry. So you're kind of just educating them a little bit. Wine, cheese, and chocolate. I was at the wine store the other day buying a couple of bottles of wine for my appreciation event. And I wasn't sure, I'm not a big drinker, so I wasn't sure exactly. I know what I like, but the guy that was there was really cute. And he was asking, well, what food are you going to have? And he had this little sheet by the cash register that was talking about what pair. I'm like, I need that list. So I think I'm going there and say, can you take a picture of your little list? Because that's something at a wine, cheese, and chocolate party you can share with people, which is a value added because you're teaching them a little something.
Right.
Right? So like, by the way, Chardonnay pairs well with poultry. So just to let you know. So at the turkey party, maybe suggest a Chardonnay. So those are some ideas. Does that make sense?
Yep.
This time of year, you could do a pie baking workshop or class or whatever. So there's a lot of ideas we can get going on our thread, on our team pages to talk about, hey, what could we do for a pie workshop or things like that?
Well, the gift giving workshop too, baking gifts.
Yes.
Oh.
And that could be, you could have a cookie station, you could have a pie station, you have a bundt cake station, right? You can have a station that makes the bundt cake while it's cooking. They can be pouring some chocolate mold, like little candies in the chocolate mold. So that would be a state. That station kind of panics me a little bit because I'm not a baker, but I mean, but it's a great idea, and people I think would really love it. And Eldon, I think you said you have a friend that was a really good baker that you could kind of have her help, right?
That's what I'm thinking. It can be her party, my house.
Perfect. I love it. So let's talk about these ideas and talk about at your party. I know hopefully everybody has, obviously this is a folder I bought years ago. You could take a regular just 3 brad folder, get some sheet protectors and put in here. And I use that marketing imagery. You can see these are 4 different things from the marketing imagery. And all I did, I can remind me, I'm going to be heading to basketball games right after this call is over, but remind me somebody later this evening to post, because I don't mind uploading these things. I have Mexican Fiesta. I have a Taste of Italy, which clearly just the picture from the website. Then there's a fundraiser one. There's the one about the registry that Aldana mentioned. So, and then I have the bonuses. So here's the December bonus buy. I have the November bonus buy along with the November specials, right? So you want to really have these visuals. Here's just a gifts for the whole family. So you want people to kind of start thinking about those kind of things, right? So what else can we do at our parties? What other things have you either used or seen or heard about that you can bring to your parties or have at your parties?
As far as cooking or, the host packets.
How about host packet? How many bring at least 2 host packets to every party?
Yeah. Yes.
This should be in, not only should it, let me back up. This should not be in your paperwork bag. Once you get to the party, you should pull these out of your paperwork bag. Now, here's another way I've used marketing imagery. I took and I put 4 different pictures. One of them was the mini bundt pan. One of them was the regular fluted pan. One of them was the pancake bottle, blender bottle. And one of them was the little candy mold. The little candy mold's $11, right? This is $24. The fluted pan is $18, and the blender bottle was $19. And what I do is I would take these sometimes if I have a specific date I want filled, and I will just tape this right on my packet, right? And this is what I did when Deb booked her party for Tuesday. And this was about 2 weeks ago. So I had like 3 packets out with 3 dates with 3 different pictures. And as I was talking about the different parties that we had, I said, you know what? When you pick your date today, there are several dates over there. Because see, all I had is this pink wording on there. When you pick when you schedule your date today, and you happen to pick one of the dates, one of my bonus dates, when we have your party, that's going to be added to your order when we close it out. So what I'm doing, I'm getting her host packet, I'm filling a date I need to be filled, and this $24 item will only cost me maybe $12 by the time I get the host discount and then get my commission back on it.
Okay.
Might cost me $15. But if I have a $500 party, I'm making $100, it's totally worth $15.
Right.
Sam? The idea, I'll go to the store down the street to buy a booking for $15 if I make them $100. Because once you get them booked, then you're really going to work with them on host coaching. Now, the other thing that I just shared this on the group page recently. Did you guys see this when I posted it?
Yeah.
And the idea is this one happens to be the one for the virtual party. But I do have one for the home party too, right here. And I happen to print them off in 2 different color paper, so I make sure I get them right to the right person. But this is one, I had a party, it was a pretty large party, whatever that Thursday before Halloween was. And it was funny because I had forgotten to even mention this to the host, but I had it in my packet. And we were at her party, she goes, oh, and look, she had a first booking before her party. She had over $800 in sales. She did call me to tell me about how many she had coming. She reminded their guests a couple days before. She had over $300 in outside orders, and she did provide the name and email and all that information for the host. Now, I want to clarify. It says on here, no box can be used more than once. So she can't say, oh, I've got 1, 2, 3 for $30, because that's using these 2 squares more than once. Does that make sense? So I want to just say it was $20 in products that she got because she didn't have 15 at her party and she didn't have the second booking. There is a potential for a second booking. I just need to follow up with her. But for $20, I mean, her party was a double what this amount is here. It was crazy. Totally worth. It turned out because she had a 30% discount. That cost me like $12. Oh no, it didn't even cost me that. It cost me like $11, and that was with tax and everything. Totally worth it.
Yep.
Now, like I said, I didn't even mention this to her, but she just happened to get it. So I need to. Here's a reason, because especially if you're giving the packet away at your party, chances are you may not say, hey, there's a tic-tac-toe in here. But that's a good reason to call them or text them the next day. Hey, Jill, it's Christy with Beverage Chef. It was so fun meeting you at Aldana's yesterday. I'm so glad you were having a party in a couple weeks. I want to make sure in your packet you saw that tic-tac-toe board, because there's a way for you to earn up to $30 in extra free product. I want to clarify, this is not $30 off of their order. It's an additional $30 in product.
Okay.
You have to say it like that, because if you say it's $30 off your order, that's going to cost you $30.
Right.
It's additional $30 in product. They're telling you which product they want, and you're going to get the discount. You're going to get commission.
And then you just add it as a gift on their order. Is that what you do?
Yes. So what I do is well, I'll get her order all taken care of and figured out. I'll say, what other $30 in products, or $20, like Jill's was $20. My hostess name was Jill too. It's a popular name today. I was like, Jill, what do you want for your extra $20? And so she goes, how about this and this? And I did tell her, I said, well, your free products from the company don't have to add up exactly. The items on these bonus products do need to come up to exactly 20. So actually, I think she had a couple of things that did add up to 20. I said, these is your bonus, and then you can kind of finish your order. So once I finish her order and I get her payment in there, then I added those 2 additional items on there, so I knew how much it cost me. So I think in this particular case, it ended up costing me about $12 or $13, but then I'm getting commission on it, so it was under $10. But that's how I do it, and I do mark it as consultant gift because that is my out-of-pocket that I'm spending.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the back of the catalog. The back of the catalog is a big tool. Does anybody use the back of the catalog at your parties?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, let's talk about how you did it, because I just did it last night or yesterday afternoon. How do you use the back of the catalog to promote bookings at your party?
I show what the host will be getting from that party, what they'll be getting if they reach whatever amount, the amount that they'll get free, and you will get the same, and then I tell them that they get 10% off for the year. I always forget the 50% off one product too. The next, don't they get
the future party pick? And so Jill did a great job. So you can always, everybody's got the catalog by the time you're doing shop and share, right?
Right.
Hey guys, turn your catalog over to the back of the cage. I want to tell you about what Eldana's going to get tonight when we close out her party. And you're going to talk about, hey, my average party is blah, blah, blah. If your personal average party is not 600 or more, then you can say, hey, our company average is a $600 party. What does the host get for $600? And let them tell you, right?
Yep.
How many half-price items do you get for a $600 party?
3.
Right?
Yep.
And you know what, Jill, when you book your party, you're going to want to invite Eldana because she's going to get to choose a half-price item at your party too. So that's a way you can incorporate, just if there's a person that you're like, I would really love to work with her. She would be such a good host or whatever. Use her name.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And
here's the thing too. Even though I have my bonus buys in my little book, really, really, really focus on these amazing, generous host benefits right here. Because those happen no matter what month it is. Right? I don't know about January, but January's are double free. But you don't want to mention that at all until you have your November and December done. Okay? Okay, let's see here. Hot date list. Oh, and mine might be upstairs. So what I did, I had, especially this is the time of year with host buys, or no, with vendor events. Where did I go? This one. But vendor events, my goal on vendor events is to do, to get bookings. So what I did is I just took a cardstock piece of paper, and all I had November dates, and I had one that said December dates, right? And I listed the dates that I had any of the dates I had open. I listed any dates I was working. So I even put dates down that I already had shows, and I put the person's name next to it. If you don't have as many parties as you want, I wouldn't use, like if you don't have at least a few parties, I wouldn't use this at this point. Or if you do use it, like maybe you can't, like for instance, you can't be doing a party on Monday because Monday's a meeting, so you're going to be at my house. So you could put, November the 6th, because I'm your commitment on that Monday. Maybe a Bible study on one, like I would do on this Bible study on Tuesday. So she could put like Tuesday and put one of her Bible study friends. You know what I mean? So that's your commitment for that day. It may not be a party, but you just don't want to look like, oh my gosh, she has nothing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're not lying. That's your commitment for the day. And the open show dates will be open, right? And then I had like I had a little virtual. So I had written in like the people that were doing virtual parties. And so I was at a vendor event yesterday morning, and I booked a virtual party because I told her, I said, well, she was looking at the rock crock because I had that set with the special. And I was like, well, here's the special for November. And so the date, like, I think we do a virtual party because I have a lot of family in St. Louis. So we're noon down. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Any other ideas or things that you can do at parties? Maybe you've heard somebody talk about, or you've seen, or you've done. That would be a good incentive or good tool to use at your parties to book parties.
Offer points for hosts or for people booking parties. Offer extra giveaway gifts, leaving little paring knives or whatever, some little seasoning.
So basically, they're getting it right then.
Right.
Like you have a little goodie bag there. So, and that's a great idea, Jill. I've had people do that where there's, like Becky, I think, does that. She'll say, when you book your party tonight, you get to pick a gift from this basket because, you're saving me. I don't have to mail your packet. You can just take your packet tonight. So maybe you have something right then that they can take. Kind of like a now and later. It's a little thing, like maybe a quick cut paring knife or something. Hey, grab a little gift now, and then later at your show, you'll get this. Or, hey, later at your show, you're going to get all these free products and half price items and things like that. Make sense?
Yep.
Good idea. Good idea. Full service checkout. Don't forget to offer the full service checkout to your hosts or to your customers. And don't forget, if you can get to a separate place where it's quiet, so it's not like you're saying the same thing to every single person. What are some questions you can ask somebody that is at a party, or what are some things that you could me up with their order?
What was something that you really liked tonight?
I love it. Kind of like their wish list.
Right. Did you have fun? Can you see yourself doing this? Either joining Pampered Chef or just hosting a party?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which of the themes do you think your friends would like best?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think your friends would rather have a November or December party? Right? I had so much fun tonight. Are you the person that's selling everything? You're the person that says at the shop and share, because she's talking about all the things she has in her kitchen that you didn't even necessarily use that night, and she's telling, oh my gosh, you are so good at this. You've got to join my team. And just let them say something. You didn't ask them a question. You just give them a compliment. Oh my gosh, we have a team meeting on Monday. You should come with me. Check it out. Right?
Yep.
So make sure you're doing the full service checkout. At least if it's a crazy show and you don't feel like you can do it right there, do morning after calls. It doesn't have to be the morning after. It could be the next day sometime. But where you're calling them, hey, Jill, it was so nice to meet you at the party last night. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to really talk to you much. It was so busy and crazy and fun. But I just wanted to touch base. Like, have you thought about doing something like this? You were so good at selling all the products during Shop and Share. Or, oh my gosh, do you think your friends would like the Mealtime in Minutes or the holiday gifts party better? So you can call them and just follow up. Hey, I didn't really have a chance last night to chat with you, but I wanted to give you a quick call. Thank you for your order and see how else I can help you.
Okay.
Hey. Well, we are getting to the end of our time. I know it was a little longer than typical, but we did pretty good for getting information from two calls.
Yeah.
And I thank you all so much for being flexible with
Thank you.
finding the two meetings. So I'm glad that y'all have found this series beneficial. And I'm excited. Hopefully you can have at least a little bit of time, maybe this afternoon, before or between ball games or whatever, where you can reach out via text or email or phone call. Take some of the tools that we've shared over this series. If you want to warm up, maybe send some emails off to people today and then follow up with phone calls the next couple of days. And then hopefully we see everybody here at my house tomorrow, the 6th, for our team training for November. And Jill will have a Zoom link too. It probably will be the same one actually, but it'll be a Zoom link for tomorrow for our November team training. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining and committing to your business. I love it.